I'm going to tell you about some unusual techniques that have helped handfuls of people worldwide to stop smoking. If you or someone you love has had a hard time quitting smoking using conventional methods, then this information is for you. In the past, you may have tried nicotine replacement therapies, counseling, quit lines, or used expensive medications to help you quit. Unfortunately, research shows that these common methods have very low success rates. According to a study from the American Journal of Preventative Medicine, they found that smoking medications, counseling, and referring smokers to a quit line had very low scientific validity. These common methods are promoted on popular quit smoking websites and smartphone apps. According to Dr. Michael C. Fiore, director of the Center for Tobacco Research and Intervention, he stated that popular smoking cessation apps have a low level of adherence to evidence-based guidelines. It is a hopeful sign that people want to quit, but the bad news is that smartphone apps may not give people the guidance they need. The reason is because these methods are not backed by sufficient data and do not promote long-term abstinence. Additionally, another reputable study titled The Global Research Neglect of Unassisted Smoking found that smokers actually had greater success when they quit on their own instead of using nicotine replacement therapy. Smokers have greater success, researchers say, when they use certain cognitive behavioral techniques that address the desire, not the behavior. This results in reducing smoking and abrupt quitting. There is a lot of misinformation online, on phone apps, and through hearsay. Without examining the research, it is hard to tell what actually works and what doesn't. There is one resource that uses scientifically proven methods to stop smoking long-term. It is called the Truth of Addiction program, created by A. Scott Roberts. A. Scott Roberts holds a master's degree in rehabilitation counseling. He participated in research on delayed discounting, and he is an addiction specialist. He states, "The truth is, many conventional quitting smoking methods are not sufficiently backed by evidence of research and are largely driven by opinion. Addiction is one of those things where you will find plenty of people willing to give you their opinion, but very few who know about the lesser-known techniques that are quite strong in scientific proof. The brain's reward system has been continually overstimulated by smoking. When smokers try to quit, it not only results in strong cravings, but also dramatic mood changes, irritability, and stress. This is because the endocrine and autonomic nervous system is the very system that is controlled by the limbic reward system activated by cigarettes and other drugs. This explains why smokers get strong urges and cravings that dramatically increase during times of stress and frustration. You should know that it takes more than just the strength of one's will to quit smoking. This is because the limbic system, which is directly activated by chemicals, works on a subconscious level. Because the limbic reward system is tied to the autonomic nervous system, cravings and urges from this region are hard to control. The autonomic nervous system also controls the blinking of our eyes and the beating of our hearts. We do not consciously control these things. They just happen. That is why smokers, when they get an intense craving or urge, they can't control it. Most people, when experiencing these urges, act out in a panic and try to suppress these cravings. There have been many studies on thought suppression and cravings that reveal that suppression and trying to fight cravings or trying to get them out of your head actually strengthens them. This is because it activates the fight or flight response in the limbic system. Instead of reacting in a panic or trying to fight and suppress cravings, one successful method is to trick the brain by using a technique of reacting to cravings and urges in a different way than you did in the past. Stepping out of the urge's path and observing. Existing with the urge in a less worried way. Everyone is capable of doing this. It just takes some practice and know-how. Smoking, just like any other addiction, has a strong compulsive component. Smokers become preoccupied with smoking. Then when stressed or experiencing negative emotions, urges and cravings are aggravated to the point that smokers start to ruminate about their next cigarette. When the smoker gives in, this quickly eliminates the cravings and stress, giving the smoker a moment of respite. However, this respite doesn't last long, and soon the urges to smoke come back stronger. Smoking is like feeding a stray cat. You do it once, the cat will come back. You continue to feed the cat becomes more and more needy. Pretty soon, other stray cats join in. You soon realize that you need to stop feeding the cats because they are starting to interfere with your daily life. They are starting to claw at the door and cry in desperate need for your attention. It is when you stop feeding the cats that their cries for attention become the loudest. Likewise, with smoking, you realize you must stop. But when you attempt to stop, this is when urges and cravings are the loudest. The more you feed them, the more they happen and the louder they become. But there are research-backed methods that have shown to reduce cravings and urges to smoke. One method used in the Truth of Addiction program is called the 4-step system. It uses a technique to get the brain out of habit loops and compulsive behavior. This training leverages the brain's neuroplasticity, or otherwise known as the brain's ability to change. You see, neuroscientists know that the brain is extremely malleable. Neurons, which are cells in the brain, are not entirely connected. Because of this, there are techniques that can rewire the brain. When the brain rewires, it not only has an impact on the way an addict thinks, acts, and behaves, but also affects the chemical composition in the brain as well, leading to more stable moods. This is a long-term solution. This lesser-known technique has been published in academic journals, yet very few know about it. If you want to really stop smoking, you need to use evidence-based techniques. The Truth of Addiction system will show you how. A. Scott Roberts, creator of the program, is not selling hope to the hopeless. He provides a 60-day guarantee. If it doesn't work for you, all you have to do is email him to get a refund. And what's better is that this program is very inexpensive compared to all those programs out there. A. Scott Roberts knows that it works, and that is why he provides you with a whole 60-day refund, something that no one else is likely to offer. Just click the link below this video for this zero-risk offer. It will take you to the Truth of Addiction website. You cannot lose. You'll get every trick and all the evidence-based techniques to break free from the vicious cycle of smoking.